guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Thank you for joining me today. We are already inside a match. I got my man Foco joining me today. Foco, first time on the channel. He's from the Qlash family. Big shout out to that fam. They've been involved in Clash Royale since basically beta launch. So one of those old school orgs. Now they're traditionally an Italian org, but my man Foco here is actually from Argentina, living in Spain. So big shout out to him and his clan fam. Now, what I want to talk about in this video is I saw him win not one but two grand challenges using this deck right below me in the battle deck. And it has one card that might get your attention, might kind of perk your interest. It's the Royal Recruits. So what's up with this card, man? Is it dead? Is it just bad in this meta? Is it just bad, you know, patently bad in every meta? Or is it actually, are we sleeping on Royal Recruits? Now, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to let you guys be the judge throughout this video today. He's having a ton of success. We're going to try to finish off another grand challenge live, obviously here, starting out against Kiki from the Bulgarian gang. So, you guys be the judge. Are recruits good in a deck like this? So early on, I'm going to say yes, they actually are really strong in a deck like this. Sometimes a card like Royal Recruits, just kind of like we saw with Giant Snowball as a matter of fact, you know, people don't realize that they're actually viable and good until you actually use them and have success with it. Just because a card's not always popular doesn't mean you can't have success with it. And this deck is nice because it cycles pretty quickly other than the recruits. So mainly, unless given the perfect opportunity, mainly the recruits are going to be your weapon defensively and then transitionally to the offensive side of the arena in double elixir time. Of course, you'll be using them, Foco will be using them in single elixir time, but it's really going to be picking and choosing your spots when you know you can get value out of them. For example, if they drop a golem in the back, not going to be a good time to recruits in the back or recruits at the bridge. Rather, you're going to pressure with your Ram Rider as you would a battle ram or a hog or a normal Ram Rider deck. But we'll talk about recruit use cases as we see more of these live matches throughout the video. So here we go, 35 seconds left. So far, nice log potential value here in the right. Okay, he had it out of cycle. So far, we've been doing a pretty good job of evading, getting around that cannon, and we do so there, and there it is. That tower's down with 20 seconds, 22 seconds remaining here in the match. This is Foco's match to lose here. We're starting on number 9 of this grand challenge. Even though it's a grand challenge, this deck also works very well on ladder, and we'll talk about substitutions later on in the video as well for you guys. But here we go, 5 seconds left. That's gonna be GG. Kiki, obviously none too happy about it. He fireballs the King Tower. That's gonna be the 9th victory in this GC, guys. Let's go ahead and hop into match number 10. Alright guys, here we go into the next match here against Vicious from #FullSquad. So, starting plays of this deck, as you would probably kind of assume, you can split your Goblin Gang in the back. Be careful with your minions in a deck like this because we only really have the Musketeer, the Snowball, and the minions for air defense. You can definitely get away with that, but you wouldn't want to be cycling minions in the back. At least I wouldn't want to as my starting play. Always kind of be cognizant of what you have for air targeting cards, no matter the deck that you're picking up. And if you're limited in options, like my deck, all I have is E-Wiz and minions in the P.E.K.K.A deck that I'm running, and I would never want to start out by just cycling minions in the back, or very seldomly, unless I exactly knew what the opponent was playing, just because it leaves me very vulnerable to a balloon or something, and I'll only have E-Wiz, and they can just fireball zap or whatever. So here we go, it's going to be Ram Rider into the right lane. We can bypass that furnace there. So did you see that first push, by the way? We got so much damage off of that tower, like 800 damage. We're going against another Ram Rider deck, and it looks like the Mega Knight Ram Rider deck. So he has Inferno Dragon and Mega Knight, I want to say, and Poison as his last 3 cards. If I'm right, and if I am, I shared this deck a couple weeks ago here on the channel. It's another really nice Ram Rider deck. In my opinion, probably the second best Ram Rider deck out there. Maybe the first best, depending on how much you like this deck. So we respond to those Fire Spirits and leftover minions with a Snowball there. Elixir is basically exactly tied, maybe like a quarter of elixir lead for the opponent here, and they start out, there it is, the Inferno Dragon. So yeah, Poison and Mega Knight are his last 2 cards. We're going to go ahead and respawn with minions in the back as well. Furnace comes down. Now we drop this Musketeer here in the back. Let's see what the opponent does. If they poison, it's good for us. They poison. So this is beautiful. We have not played our recruits yet, but now we can because poison is out of cycle. So in a way, it's kind of like a little element of poison bait in this deck. Not to say that every time they poison, you're going to be immediately dropping your recruits, but look it, we called it there. Foco drops his recruits in the back. They're going to do a nice job. We have a 4-2 split, 4 in the right, 2 in the left here, and they're going to do a good job distracting both the bandit and also now taking some of these hits from the fire spirits as well. Now here it goes, a big push in the left. No poison in hand for the opponent, so he's forced to drop a mega minion. We are going to make contact with that Ram Rider in the left. We have a bandit still alive. We also have a couple recruits still alive in the left. We're going to take care of their bandit. We get 2 minions still on that tower. Now we're kind of splitting our damage. 1286 on the right, 1204 on the left tower. Furnace to reset for the opponent. Here comes a Ram Rider trying to bypass that furnace. We will. And Snowball comes down. Nice defense there by Vicious on that sequence. About 10 seconds left here in the match here, guys. We go with a bandit in the right. Going to go ahead and not wanting to take a lot of damage, or any damage, excuse me, from those fire spirits anymore, especially with 1822 remaining on our right tower. So there goes another poison. We're going to start placing our minions very high to get around that poison. We play the Goblin Gang there. Goblins stay alive just for a second. Spirit Goblins stay alive too. The Mega Knight is not going to jump on the tower, but he is going to get to the tower, getting one big stamp on the tower. 1384 remaining on our tower, but the bandit actually gets a charge on the right tower, taking it down to 646 HP. About 30 seconds here into sudden death overtime. Here we go again. The Snowball, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, a great answer to the Ram Rider, really kind of stymies her progress. And now here we go, another furnace from the opponent. Our Spirit Goblins are getting plenty of damage onto that furnace, pretty much negating it to only one Fire Spirit spawn cycle here. And then a Mega Knight comes down. Our Barbaro is going to take care of that furnace. Now can we get to the tower? I think we can here, guys. Ram Rider will connect to the tower, and then Snowball comes down. 150 HP remaining on the right tower, but we don't have a big spell, so we have to play defense here. Here he goes. Minions doing a good job absolutely taking care of that Mega Knight, and that's going to be GG. We answer his Ram Rider with our Ram Rider. Remember, guys, Ram Rider can hard counter another Ram Rider on the defensive end. Ram Rider can also hard counter a Balloon and a Hog Rider on the defensive end. Let's go into the next match. All right, guys, here we go. This is match number 11 here against this Chinese gentleman or gentlewoman. So let's talk about substitutions as we start out this match, guys. So Bandit. Bandit's a tough sub. Bandit's really, really, really strong right now, in my opinion at least. So I guess you have a couple options. You could go, if you don't have Bandit leveled up or you want to try something else, you can maybe go with a Prince. That would give you two big anti-tank options in the recruits and the Prince. And the Prince also charges. Or you could go a little bit more conventional with the Battle Ram, which I still think will be viable. You could also go with the Battle Ram or the Prince in for the Ram Rider, or even a Hog Rider if you wanted to. You're going to be playing it relatively the same way, even though I don't think the Hog Rider is quite as effective. But no doubt, I'm sure a lot of you guys have your Hog Rider leveled up and not your Ram Rider. So that would actually be a pretty decent substitution in that spot. So here we go, guys. This is going to be a Golem push in the left lane. A Golem deck here. We're going to pull that Lumberjack in with our Bar Barrel. The opponent responds with a Bar Barrel of their own. Snowball comes down. Lumberjack, are you ever going to die? Lumberjack finally does die. That was really, really nice defense there, guys. Here comes the Bandit on the counter push with the minions and a tank for that Musketeer potentially. We do get a hit on that tower with the Bandit. Nice charge, and the Lumberjack's going to take care of that, or excuse me, the Musketeer is going to take care of that baby dragon. We take that left tower down to 892, 711. Great chain store. Actually, it's not that great, but hey, shout out to 7-Eleven. And we have 983 remaining on the right tower as well. So that could not have started out any better. We go in with the Ram Rider here. And of course, the snare will not reset the Inferno Dragon. Keep that in mind if it's your first time playing the Ram Rider. But it will buy you some time with the slow effect. And we take that right tower down to 323 HP. Interesting to see the double dragon in the Golem deck from the opponent here. We respond to the Inferno Dragon with the Goblin Gang. Now, we're in double elixir time, guys. I would not be shocked to see a recruits, and there they are. See recruits played here in double elixir time. This is what we talked about oftentimes, especially against a beatdown matchup like this. You're not going to be using your recruits in single elixir time. Don't panic. Don't feel like you have to be playing the card. So here we go. We take down the right tower with our recruits over there in the right lane. Now we have 2 Musketeers still alive. Double Dragon on the left tower, excuse me. Musketeer's gonna take care of that Inferno Dragon. Meanwhile, the Baby Dragon gets that tower down to 843 HP with about 25 seconds remaining here. We're gonna expect to see a Golem at the bridge. That's the only hope the opponent has here. First, they drop down a Lumberjack and the guards. We get a connection with that Battle Ram, though. The Battle Ram breaks through the guards and the Lumberjack there to take that left tower down to 271. Now with 10 seconds left in the match, this looks to be another victory. Well, look at this Lumberjack. He is playing ring around the rosy there with that Golem. That was kind of crazy. But either way, with 600 plus HP remaining on the left tower, that's going to be another win for Foco. Let's try to clinch this up. Let's try to go flawless here in the video, guys, with another win. Be right back with you guys. All right, guys, here we go, going into the 12th and hopefully the final match. And oh man, against Helge Andre, who is an amazing player. You guys probably know him from Ladder. He's also been on the YouTube channel before. And he starts out with a Snowball, Lumberjack, Ice Golem, Ice Spirit. Man, is this a Balloon Freeze deck? Well, there's the Balloon. It's a Lumberjack coming down. We also have the Musketeer set up for that Balloon, but the Raid is going to get that Balloon to the tower. We're going to take 1 hit from that Balloon plus death damage. And immediately Foco says, good game. Apparently he is not too confident about this matchup, or maybe it's just the player that he is facing. Of course, everybody, I feel like, knows how good this guy is. Man, it's one of those situations, if I was in a GC and I went up against Helge Andre, I think I'd probably just be like, okay, good game, man. Now, I would try, but I don't know. Have you guys ever faced a pro player on Ladder or in a global tournament or in a challenge? I have a few times, and I've never won. Well, I actually have one, actually. I don't want to name the pro player, but I beat 1 or 2, but most of the time, it's like, I've played Pompeo a couple times, he's killed me. I played Azilius a couple times, he's killed me. Yeah, it hasn't been pretty. Anyway, here we go with the Ram Rider and recruit push in the right, but we waste a snowball there, and you can tell he's already regretting that snowball. He basically wasted it. Wizard Dab comes down. We're going to take a lot of shots on that left tower from the Lumberjack, but check it out, guys. The damage is pretty much equal at this point, but hey, we don't have anything to respond to another Balloon, I don't think, right now in the left lane. Do we? Do we have minions? We have minions in cycle, I believe. I don't know. We're about to see right now. I kind of lost track of his cycle when I was blabbing about facing Pompeo and and the other players. So it looks like we're going to let this tower go. I'm not sure if we had the minions in cycle, but this time we don't use a snowball. This time we actually probably could have used that snowball. The opponent doing a good job of staggering their Ice Spirit and their bats, though, evading the potential predictive snowball. Now we have 4 split to the right, 2 split to the left, going in with a recruit push. And here we go, Musketeer. No big spell, I don't think, in Helge Andre's deck. I think the last card is Freeze, guys, but you never know. Snowball comes down. We're going to get a charge with that Bandit in the left tower. Hey, guys, something could be happening here. We have a Bandit and a Minion and a Guard, and now a Battle Ram on the left tower. Nice Snowball. We don't hit those bats, though. We're going to get that left tower down to 100 HP. 17 seconds left. Oh, no. I don't think we can do this. We don't have a big spell. Our snowball won't do enough damage. Here comes the Ram Rider. 8 seconds left, 7 seconds left on the clock. Oh, the snowball comes down, the Lumberjack comes down, snowball, and no! 44 HP remaining, 765 on the right tower. That was a close one. All right, guys, it is 12-2 right now. So we have to win the next match. Let's go into the next match, guys. All right, guys, here we go against Kaneki, and it is an Expo matchup. Sorry, I'm about 30 seconds late on this one, but you can see we haven't missed too much. We just played our first recruits in response to this Expo here, and then, by the way, guys, really nice matchup for us this time. This one is really, if the last matchup was a little bit challenging against Balloon Cycle with only 2 anti-balloon cards, I guess 3 if you include the snowball, I mean, this one is absolutely night and day comparatively, where we have a huge advantage. Really, in a deck like this, and I don't want to speak too soon, but in my opinion, you really shouldn't be losing to Expo ever. Fireball comes down, but we do have a big connection there on that right tower. You shouldn't be losing. I can see going against a really, really good Pro Expo player where you might draw this matchup, but as long as you're doing a good job in single elixir time defending, in double elixir time, there's really going to be nothing he can do. You just have to get through his Expo and his, of course, his Teslas if they take that defensive setup, that defensive position where they're trying to play for a draw. But in double elixir time, there's really nothing they can do against this deck. So let's see how we handle this here, how much damage we're able to get in single elixir time. There's only 20 seconds left, but we have pretty much full health, a little bit of damage off of our left tower. So here we go with the Musketeer cycled in the right lane, going to try to make sure we always cycle in the right to avoid the fireball damage on the tower that he's going for. And here we go with a Bandit behind that Musketeer. Musketeer is going to take care of the Ice Golem. We're actually going to play a Ram Rider there at the bridge, and the Tesla comes down by the opponent. Tesla's going to do a good job taking care of that Ram Rider. We still have a Bandit alive, but nice fireball comes down, and then knowing the opponent didn't have the 6 elixir to use the Expo, we play the recruits way in the back, and here it goes. It's kind of what we alluded to there, guys. The defensive Expo setup. I have faith, though. I have faith. I mean, we didn't get a ton of damage. Foco was able to get a little bit of damage to both of the towers. Now we have 3.5 minutes to chip him out without using a big spell. Can he do it? We will see. So a Bandit in the left, a Musketeer in the right, always going to be using that Muskie in the left, or excuse me, the Muskie in the right, the Bandit in the left when we go ahead and do these pushes. Ram Rider is also okay to play in the left, but we don't want to give him the fireball value again on that Musketeer. So it's going to be 2 Expos defensively, and you guys can see what I was talking about right now, right? 2 Expos in a Tesla. Man, not going to be easy to break through this, and another defensive Tesla. So essentially here, Kaneki is not even going to try to go on offense. He is going to try to draw us out here. Another Expo on defense, and you can see Foco not a big fan. I don't think he has a lot of respect for playing for the draw here, guys. We have a 3-3 split on our recruits right now. Let's see what we do here. Ram Rider in the right, Fireball comes down, and you can see he's using his Barbarian Barrel to kind of temporarily tank a little bit. Are we going to get a minion? We do get a minion to the right tower for one little swipe or whatever they do, but, you know, every swipe counts. Every whatever they do counts. Every poop of a minion counts on those towers here, especially in a matchup like this. So here we go. Bandit's not going to get to the tower, but maybe we'll have something going here. Does he have Fireball in hand? He doesn't have enough elixir to use it, guys. Are we going to get a connection? We are. Oh boy, Snowball comes down. That's gonna be GG, I think. There it is. Wow. Wow. And then a little BM here from Foco. Foco, man, easy, killer, easy. I'm recording. Anyway, guys, all jokes aside, a huge shout out to Foco. Check out his player stats and profile page. Thanks to statsroyale.com in the show notes below. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end of this video. I have a very special message to you guys from Cesaro, the WWE superstar, who is one of my elite barbarian students. No big deal. Check him out at the end of this video after my sign-off. Huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out Bren's information in the description below as well. Good luck with the deck.
What's going on, everybody? This is WWE superstar Cesaro from Qlash with Cesaro, and I wanted to personally thank Ash for coaching me on how to use Elite Barbarians. Thanks to him, I'm able to drop Elite Barbarians Rage at the bridge better than any pro out there. So thank you very much, Ash, because you and me both know that Elite Barbarians are the best card in Clash Royale. They don't just set the bar, they are the bar. Barbarians.